Alright, I want to welcome you back to another video from H Computers Tips and Reviews. So the last video, I went through a term that was social engineering. This video is going to be passwords, security, and best practices is part of this year's video collection. So before I go any further, I want to mention, head on over, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure you hit that subscribe. There's a lot of critical information coming out. Okay, back to your password. Password is really a touchy kind of subject because a lot of new tech virtual stuff coming out. It used to be recommended to have a capital, lowercase, symbol, number. Now it's recommended anything between 15 to 30 characters in your password. They now consider a password phrase, a complete sentence for your password. It is still recommended to have capital, a special symbol, and a number. And it doesn't have to be anything complicated. Because, truthfully, if you throw in a special symbol and a number, it's going to wreak havoc on a lot of software that can encrypt a password pretty fast. If you have a simple password as I walk down the street, that can be kind of a little bit of a complex password. Now, if you write, I walk down the street 4th Avenue, and you throw a special symbol in there somewhere at the end, in between a certain spot, and you throw in your capitals. Kind of makes it interesting because that phrase can be changed so many different ways. I walk down 4th Avenue, street, boulevard, road, and you could throw in an @ sign or a plus sign or an @ anything in there. And if you capitalize avenue or street or walk, because it's, something you do, it can really wreak havoc. Change the A to the @ symbol. That is going to really change a lot of things for people cracking your password. So as of 2024, I recommend you use stronger passwords. And most places have you change your password every 3 months. That is really highly recommended. It can be kind of a pain. It can kind of be a nuisance because you have a lot of sites to log into. And of course, it's recommended not to use the same password across all your sites. This is going back to the video I had with social engineering can determine how you do your passwords. If you put, I walk down the street, number 1. Next time you change your password, I walk down the street, number 2. I walk down the street, number 3. If you get in to a phishing site or anything like that where you put in that password, I walk down the street, number 2, and they happen to get you 6 months later and you have I walk down the street 4. Social engineering is going to tell them, oh, every 3 months he's changing that number. Boop, 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 boop. They can kind of figure out your pattern. So they don't recommend you doing that. There's different variables. You can change your password, but don't follow a standard pattern. You can go 1, 10, 2, 8, 7. Jump around. Mix it up. Yes, of course, it's going to make it easier for them to crack because they're going to know your beginning part of your password. Maybe you change that number from I walk down the street to walk, put your number. Next time, walk down, put your number, move that number around. It's going to wreak havoc on whoever's trying to encrypt that. But of course, with these algorithms today, it's going to bust through them pretty quick, probably. Having security features in there so people cannot brute force your system by just keep flooding passwords in will help you. So these are some of the little things I wanted to go through for 2024 on passwords to make sure people are aware. Really, the minimum has gone way up. It's been up for a while. It's just nobody's enforcing that yet. I would imagine pretty soon that some more places are gonna, I know some of them are talking about going to a lot longer passwords. Putting actual minimum characters. There's sites out there now that have minimum of 8 or 15, including your symbol, number, and all of that. It has to be over a certain amount. I'd imagine this is going to get longer here in a few days. In a few months. You're going to start seeing these roll out. So I wanted to do a quick video on that because that is really the concern I have with passwords. I've already gone through admin and I've gone through all of these other things. So please go back and watch all of these videos. Because this is just going to be a little short one because this is the key category I wanted to cover. To make sure people are aware of it. Make sure, because this is due to the social engineering. How your passwords are done. Thank you so much for watching. Head on over and subscribe. Thank you.